Hi everyone, I hope you're doing good and getting ready for the Christmas. This is sales time, isn't it? Things are very strange in retail. I don't know what's happening. Things that have never happened in previous years are happening now. Opening sign, and I'll tell you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, let's move forward to what I want to share with you. And today I'm sharing with you an email. This is an email from Ocean State Job Lot. Ocean State Job Lot have around 120 or 30 stores, more or less, and we've been offering them. I had to remove some of the text because I cannot share with you for privacy reasons. But anyway, I also cannot scroll up because, again, privacy. But this was the email from the buyer. Hi, Aitan, you're welcome to send us whatever you would like. We currently, in terms of samples, because we offered samples in our previous email. We currently import similar items, so please advise the FOB overseas pricing. We buy this category in 40 feet high cube. Okay, this is interesting. And why is it interesting? Because a couple of reasons. First of all, every year in December, we see things are slowing down. Yes, we have our core list of buyers we work with, and they are responsive and everything is moving. But if we're looking at actual writing purchase orders or really moving things fastly forward, that usually is going slower on December, specifically between the 24th to 31, but a couple of weeks before that as well. So this is strange, and not because of this email alone, because I have seen a bunch of emails this week and last week which are quite the same. I literally saw one of the retailers with one of our vendors asking, not asking, but stating they're going to order 3,500 units of something, and we're talking about Christmas time. Having asked this question many times, is there a period where it's better to start retail or specific, period of the time when they're purchasing? No. And why no? Because yes, they have different purchasing periods, but each and every retailer has their own schedule, and that's why you don't want to miss any of them. So as soon as you start, as best it is, okay? Not as better, as best. Now going back to this email. So this is also something very, very unique. This company and other retailers typically buy only landed in the USA inventory. I told you guys about it in previous YouTube. If you look at my academy, there's a how did I call it, specialty store academy on my channel. Very welcome to look at this. So if you look there, you will see that they are almost 99% of the retailers are buying landed goods. Landed means in the USA, so they only need to ship inland, not overseas. But this guy is stating clearly that they buy overseas. When they say overseas, and specifically with this product as well, I believe that they're talking about China, made in China. So if I want to quote them price for 40 feet high cube, I don't want to quote for 40 feet high cube. I want to quote for far more than that. Because if they take one container and it's a regular item, and this item is a regular one, by the way, it's a consumable item, which is used a couple of times and then back to the garbage. Straight to the garbage, not back. But anyway, if they order that, then if they plan with 40 style, we're talking about 40 feet high cube, which is again not typically something that you see with retailers, with buyers in retail. Then you want to quote them as low as you can, and thinking and considering that, hey, you have competition here. They are buying directly from manufacturer or probably from a trade company, not directly from manufacturer. Not only that, retailers do not work with manufacturers, but are also afraid of working with trade companies in China. About the reason, well, we can talk hours about the reason, but that's not what we are here for today. And I was thinking about what's happening there in terms of, and there and other emails, in terms of things are moving just the way they move all the time, as if they ignore the Christmas. And then I ran into this interesting article. Again, Retail Dive, I've showed you guys this website before. There's a lot of different websites. They're talking about off-price retailers neutralizing tariff impact. Now, I don't want to overload you with information, but when you're talking about off-price retailers neutralizing tariff impact, by the way, Ocean State Job Lot, which I mentioned earlier in the email, are an off-price retailer. Okay, they sell off price, and you also can see from the picture here, Marshall and Home Goods, just like TJ Maxx, Rose, Tuesday Morning, all these companies, they are selling off price. They neutralize tariff impact. How do they do that? That's one big thing to understand how they do it. And I believe that most of this is being done not only by cutting pricing as much as they can with vendors, but also by purchasing closeout, which typically they wouldn't. Okay, they actually buy closeout, excess inventory, whatever you have left. Sorry, in your warehouse. Sorry, in your warehouse, and they can clean. But apart from that, there's also something that I think is interesting, and I think this is why I'm showing you both this article and the email. Here is how things are coming up together. To my opinion, they act normally during Christmas time or pre-Christmas, I would say, and they do it because they are aware that tariff could change overnight. We've seen this happening a couple of times this year, you know. Everybody talks about unexpected news from the White House, right? You never know what Donald Trump would come up with in the next scene. So that's why you want to be up and ready for whatever comes around or whatever is waiting around the corner. And if Trump is planning to implement again higher tax for whatever goods from China, and you purchased today, and within a 2 or 3 or 1 month or couple of weeks even, the price is going to go up because of the tax, the tariff, then you're going to be rocking in the market because you're going to have the old price in the new reality. And that's, I think, what TJ Maxx are trying to do here. But not only them, Ocean State Job Lot, which I showed you, and the others that I've spoke about when you've seen the picture in that article. This is definitely something that the retailers are aware of. So yes, prices might go up because of the tariff in some of the retailers and some of the categories. Definitely it's going to happen, to my opinion, when you're talking about mid to high price type of products and type of retailers like Macy's, Bloomingdale, Nordstrom, and so on. Not Nordstrom Rack, by the way. Nordstrom Rack is price driven and not quality driven, or not price driven. Price driven and not quality driven. And I think this is something that you might want to consider. Why? How does it come up to you as a vendor? So here's the thing. You're selling your products and you think, okay, I might want to jump into retail, but maybe it's not the best time right now to do it. Maybe I should do it next year. Maybe I should do it at 2027. And that's one example. Another example is that you have been left before or after, right after the Christmas, with tons of inventory for whatever reason. Don't get tensed about it. We have sent, I think, 2 different closeouts to buyers earlier this week. It was on Monday. Today is Wednesday. And I've never seen such a fast and huge conversion. What do I mean? They responded right away, asking question, pricing, packaging, how does it look like, what's the box looking like, where is it located, UPCs, and so on. And they did it fast. And I think that the reason, specifically when you're talking about, again, December, I think the reason is the tariff. Everybody wants to collect goods in fair, affordable prices so that when reality changes, if it does, and people probably are afraid that it will, changes in terms of more tariff coming in, rolling in, then they would have the old price again, in old price in new reality. Think about it. And as I always say, don't hesitate with retail. There's nothing to wait for. I don't know about anyone who was hesitating in Amazon thinking, hey, that's not the best time to join Amazon now. I have everything up and ready, but I think I'm gonna join in a year or so because it's not the best, timing now, and things are changing and so on. As long as you didn't join, and you know that, if you're selling on Amazon, you know that. Let's say you joined Amazon on 2018, okay? You were like early bird, okay? You probably thought, if you did so, that you should have been joining 2 or 3 years earlier. Why? Because you would gain things that you couldn't at that point. It's the same thing right now on Amazon, and it's the same thing right now on retail. Don't wait for anything. Just join it. Start with it. And if you want some more details from us guys, you want to get in touch with us, you're very welcome to do so. There's a couple of links in the description that you can click on and get in touch with us, and see you on the other side. Cheers.
Retail wins again.